Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's not Skenet again. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to my channel, and I wish to say Happy New Year to you all. It happens to be my first video of the year, and I hope to bring more interesting, informative videos. And I would appreciate if you can kindly subscribe, like, and share the video when you come across it. So on today's video, we'll be talking about working and studying as a nurse here in the UK. So my video is basically for those nurses who are still in their home countries and are willing to migrate to the UK this year 2024. Those who are already in the UK, the new nurses in the UK, the nurses that recently arrived in the UK. This video is for you, and for you, a young student nurse who is still in school, struggling to be a registered nurse on a very good day. This video is for you. So basically, for those who are making plans to be here, I'm wishing you extraordinary success in your relocation journey. So without not wasting much of your time, I want to talk about studying and working as a nurse here in the UK. So it's basically a lot of us arrived in the UK with our RN diploma certificate. That's those that attended School of Nursing, which is about 3 years, some 4 years depending, and you have your RN diploma. So arriving to the UK and working as well gives you an opportunity to pursue your degree course while you are working at the same time. So basically, there are few universities in the UK that are offering online program for nurses. So it's left for you to decide which of those program or which of those school you wish to go with. There are numerous schools around. One of them is University of Sutherland. There is University of Derby. There is a University of Suffolk. Then there is a Liverpool John Moores University and many others that are offering online degree. So being a nurse and you have just your RN, I would advise you to try and get your degree because a lot of things are changing. Yeah, I've come to understand that a lot of us, after arriving to this place, we become so comfortable because the system is so good, because you are getting enough money, you're working at the end of the month, you're not worried about how you're going to pay your house rent, you're not worried about how you're going to survive, because at least the little you are getting from whichever place you're working is enough for you to sustain, because the system is good. And at the same time, I want to use this opportunity to implore you to please don't relax. I've seen nurses in this country who have been here for 5 years, 6 years, who have come in with just RN and they are so comfortable, they don't want to further. No, that's very wrong. And I also see nurses who have come in with their degree and they don't want to go further. It's quite wrong. I feel like we all have to advance our career in one way or the other, build ourselves, add more SAT to our portfolios, develop our skills and many other things. So coming into the UK and you feel, oh, you are okay, you don't want to do anything, you've arrived your final destination, you don't want to progress, it's a very wrong motive. It's a very wrong motive. So I'm employing you as an RN, you as an degree holder. For degree holder, you can actually do your masters. There are a lot of online programs for masters. You can choose your area of specialization. You feel like you're okay with this place, you can do your masters there, and most masters courses is about 2 years. After 2 years, you get your certificate. Then for the RN who are willing to do their degree, some universities does 2 years, then some does 1 year. So it depends on what you want. For Derby, which I'm very much aware about how the system runs, Derby does accelerated, which is 1 year, but in your prerequisite model, because once you want to start the course, you have to do a prerequisite model. So in your prerequisite model, you are expected to attain some certain required score for you to be able to do your that is for you to be able to do the degree program for 1 year. Then if you go below the score, then you can be able to do it for 2 years. So like I said, I've given the list of schools who are offering these programs in the UK. So being a young nurse in the UK, well, firstly, try and settle down, pass your OSCE, get your PIN, start working. I would advise you to work for possibly 6 months or maybe a year. Try and save up something for this. So once you've done like maybe a year or maybe 6 months, you can easily apply to one of these schools. A good example is University of Derby. A lot of us here in the UK, we are all going to University of Derby. Derby looks like one of the maybe Nigerian university here in the UK. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of internationals, immigrants in University of Derby, and it's a very good place to pursue your program as a nurse or whichever field you find yourself in. So please, I would advise you, try as much as possible to get to do your degree, and after your degree, don't relent. Don't feel like, oh, you've attained your degree, you are okay, I don't want to stress myself. Keep on pushing, attain to that height that you would appreciate in future, because I believe sky is just the starting point for each and every one of us. So for the newly arrived nurses in the UK, you can easily check out University of Derby. Derby tuition is still a bit affordable. University of Sutherland is a bit expensive. It's around £7,500, and University of Suffolk. So the good news about University of Suffolk is that University of Suffolk, they have scholarship which is under UNICAF. So UNICAF have scholarship, and they've chosen University of Suffolk to partner. They've partnered with University of Suffolk. So being a nurse here in the UK, you can apply through University of Suffolk with the aid of UNICAF. The school fees will be lesser, but the thing is, if you're applying through UNICAF, you'll be applying that your references or whatever thing you are going to be using is from your home country, because UNICAF is like an organization that they're basically for African countries. So if you're applying, your application would only be successful if you apply and let them know that you are from Nigeria or you are from Ghana, whichever African country you are from. Then you try and get your reference from that African country you came from. I mean, from your former employer, get a reference. With that, you can easily do your applications and get an admission offer. But for Derby wants you to be here in the UK. They want you to get a reference from your current employer in the UK for you to be able to apply for this course and get admission after your application. So for the young nurses back home in their home countries, the good news is that you can actually do your degree here in the UK if you're able to afford the school fees through UNICAF and University of Suffolk. So you can actually apply where you are in Nigeria, you are in Ghana, you are in Kenya. You can actually apply for this UNICAF scholarship, and if you are successful, then you make your applications to University of Suffolk. Then you can easily do your program in your own comfort zone, in your own home country. They don't need your physical presence. They don't need anything. They don't want you to come for maybe any accreditation or any induction. You do everything online at your own convenience. Then that makes it a very perfect opportunity, because a lot of us from our own countries, we are expected to spend 3 years, 4 years after becoming a registered nurse. You're expected to spend 4 years in university so that you can get your degree, but it's quite different here in the UK. So you can actually choose Suffolk, University of Suffolk. If you are still in your home country, apply to UNICAF. From that UNICAF, then you can easily do your program. Possibly 2 years, you are done. You have your degree in nursing. Then for those of us here in the UK, if you're newly here in the UK, you can actually apply through Suffolk, through Unicaf. If you are successful, then you do the program. Suffolk, as of now, what I'm aware is that they are doing their program for 2 years. But for Derby, you can only apply with your current employer reference in Derby, stating that you are in the UK with a current, with a valid home address and valid means of identification ID. Then there are two options. It's either you do 1 year accelerated or you do 2 years. So towards the end of the 1 year, you complete your program, you get your degree in nursing. Same thing applicable to the one of University of Sunderland. So, but Derby is very affordable. Suffolk, if you are successful, is quite affordable. Sunderland as well is also affordable. If you can pay 7,500, the last time I checked, I don't know the price now, it's around that amount. And Derby is maybe close to £6,000. I'm not sure, but you can actually make your findings. But this is just the best thing you could do in order for you to get this program. So I know it's not easy trying to manage work, family life, and everything. You're working and you're studying. It's not a difficult task, but believe me, you can do it. A lot of us here in the UK, we are doing 37.5 hours, some 37, some 36 hours in a week. So out of that, your busy schedules, I feel you can still create time to go to do all this program online. And the good thing about this program is that they don't need you to attend any physical exam. They don't need you to attend any just you don't need to be physical there. It's an online distant learning, so you're going to be at your own convenience. You're going to be at your home with your data and your phone and your laptop, whichever thing you're using, to access all those programs. So it's quite easy, unlike the old traditional way that you have to go to the school attending classes. You don't need that. Then finally, without not wasting much for our time, the last advice I have is for the young nurses here in the UK. I mean, when I mean the young nurses, pardon my manners, I don't mean you are young in the profession. I mean you are new in the country, or maybe probably you are possibly old in the country. I don't know. But this advice is for all the immigrant nurses here in the UK. Fine, a lot of us, we are, like I said, a lot of us are comfortable in where we are. You will meet some, they'll be like, oh, I'm comfortable being a band 5 nurse. I'm comfortable being this ward nurse. I don't want to do anything. No, just want you to do the best for yourself. Just want you to be on the top of your profession, on top of your field. So I'm going to be advising you, if you're a nurse here in the UK and you feel like you want to progress, you have your master's already, you have your degree already, and you feel like you want to do something for yourself, I feel the best time you can do that here in the UK is when you've gotten your ILR, or possibly you're already a British citizen. That is when you have a freedom to do a lot of all this specialty. If you want to become a nurse practitioner, advanced clinical nurse practitioner here in the UK, I still feel the best time to do it is when you are no longer any employer, you're no longer under any COS or something. Because for going for such courses, some of them would warrant your physical presence. It's not going to be an online program. If you want to specialize, you want to be a diabetic nurse, if you want to be a cardiology nurse, you want to be, name it. There's quite a whole lot of specialties in nursing. You want to be a palliative nurse, you want to be a wound care nurse, that is a tissue viability nurse. There's a lot. So the only time I feel as an immigrant that you have the opportunity to be able to, one, financially buoyant, two, freedom, is when you've gotten your ILR or when you have your citizenship. At that point, you can now say, okay, I want to go for this. Or unless your trust want to sponsor you, a lot of trusts are sponsoring some of their workers. Maybe trust is going to sponsor you to do a particular program, and they will give you time, they will give you study leave for you to go do the program. Good and fine. But if you don't have such opportunity, the best time for you to go for most of all this advanced clinical practitioner, name it, different specialty, is when you are free, is when you're no longer any employer. then you can easily manage your time and manage how you work so that you'll be able to fund yourself. So that's the only best time. But for now, I would still advise you can still go for higher positions like band 5, band 6, because one thing I've noticed about this country, or one thing I like about the country, is that firstly they are not really concerned about if you have 20 masters in nursing or you have 30 degrees in nursing. They just want your skill. And the only way you can improve these skills is like growing in your career, continuous development program, trying to grow, try to apply for that band 5, band 6 position, try to apply for that band 7 position, gain the necessary skills, gain what is required of you, everything that is required of you. Try and gain all those things. Go for that. Believe me, you won't regret it. So without not wasting much of your time, I think I've said it all. One, if you're arriving new in the UK, try as much as possible to get your degree if you are just RN. Two, if you are Bnsc holders, you can actually go for your masters, do something nice for yourself. Don't relent. Go for that big position. Go for that band 7, band 8, band 6 position. Don't be afraid. You can do it. So then for the young nurses that are still back at home, you have your RN, you're wondering, oh, I don't want to go to school to spend another 3 years to get my degree. You can actually try UNICAF through University of Suffolk. And as well, you can actually try to find your way here in the UK. Then start working and start studying and start enjoying your life. Then for those of you who are willing to arrive here anytime soon, please, I urge you, do not relent, do not give up. Yeah, the work is not there, the work are scarce, you're not getting job, you're getting a lot of unfortunate mail. See, believe me, you're going to get bunch of unfortunate mail bombing your phone. But one of these days, one particular mail, one good mail will make a difference. So keep hanging in there to really get better. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you all.